Hi there, welcome back to Supercharge Fridays. I hope you're doing well. It's, I believe, 136 weeks of going live now. I've lost count. I'm going to be live for a few minutes. I've got a few anonymous questions that I'd like to get into. So let's get into it. If you're watching me, you know the drill. Put it in the comments that you're watching me live so I know you're watching me. Come in and say how you're doing. If you have any questions, let me know. I'd love to help. Can you hear me? Can you see me properly? Would love to know. This is the last open office hours, sort of ask me anything type session from India. It's the last week, last Friday in India before I head back to Brussels. So yeah, if you're watching me on the same time zone or you're on a different time zone, whatever it is, come in and say hello. I've got a few questions already that I'm looking forward to answering that I received anonymously. Both are interesting. So yeah, let's get into it. If you're watching for the first time, welcome. I'm live every single Friday at this time, 2 p.m. Central European Time, 5:30 p.m. India, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in the US. And I believe, uh, yeah, 2 p.m. and 8 p.m. in Hong Kong. So let's get into it. To ensure that you don't miss out, just follow me on LinkedIn and follow the hashtag Supercharge Friday so you don't miss anything out. Let's get into it. Let's get into your questions. Without further ado, thank you for tuning in and watching live. Happy that you are here as well. Thank you for joining. I am excited. Let's get into it. To old friends and new, how you guys doing? Ruby, Mark, Swagata, Deepankar, Vishal, Piyush. Hi there. Walaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Lovely. All right. I got a question here. I'm gonna do this maybe 5-10 minutes. I always say that. Let's see. Let's see if you've got more questions. But this is a very juicy one. So this gentleman wrote to me. He was really happy. He's got promoted, and he got the formal letter. Unfortunately, the salary that he received is not what he was expecting, and he's like, what do you think I should do? So also help each other out. So it's not like I'm the guru who knows everything, because I don't think everyone knows everything. I don't think anyone knows everything, but we can have certain opinions. So always keep in mind that my opinion comes from a certain perspective, comes from a certain culture, where I grew up, where I live now, etc. So what would you do if you were in this person's place? You just get promoted, and you receive the idea of a promotion is that it's a different job and it's an increase in pay. That's the definition of a promotion. However, the salary is not what you expect. What do you do? What do you do? Let me know. I'd love to know your point of view. Okay? Don't let my opinion color yours, and I genuinely would love to know what you would do. I'll tell you what I would do. So, um, personally for me, right, it's a bit late. Why? It becomes a very reactive state. You become in a more reaction oriented state. What we want to do instead is being more proactive and being on the offense. This becomes more of like a defense strategy. You're already in it. So already, if you're in it, you can only do defensive stuff, right? I'll also tell you the best case scenario and what to do, in my opinion, if you're already in this situation today. The best case scenario would be planning ahead so that you avoid surprises. Nobody likes surprises, let me tell you that. You don't, I don't, our bosses don't, our CEOs don't. Nobody likes to be surprised. So what you want to do is you want to be ahead of the game. You want to check out, you want to talk to your manager, you want to have those conversations in advance about the roles that you're seeking and what are the skill sets needed, and also sort of match expectations and align salary expectations in advance. So when the time comes, they can delight you with something. I don't think any company is out there to squeeze you out and give you the lowest possible, right? Those are very short-term oriented companies. Those are not the companies you want to be working with. So it's a bit more sort of reverse engineering and saying, okay, what are the roles I'm looking at that I'm interested in the future? What are the skills I need? How can I get there? Have that roadmap ready with your manager. Don't do it alone. Because when you do it alone, or like in this scenario, the salary is very low, it generally tends to mean that you're giving away your power. You're giving away your agency to another person to take care of your career. It's your career. You're in the driver's seat. You're always in the driver's seat. So you want to take full control of that in advance and not let somebody else decide how much they should be paying you, right? So that's the best case scenario. However, if you're in this situation today, I'm trying to see if you have any response on this already. Okay, what I would do is, be grateful and say thank you for the promotion and thank you for the recognition, because this is something that is a lovely cherry on the cake. And you can just check on a few of the items specifically. Don't focus only on the money aspect. And you can say, all right, so just a couple of questions, right? The title is this. When does the new position start? Oh, okay. And this figure that we're talking about, is that something, on what basis has this figure been calculated? May I know more about it? So come from a place of curiosity. Don't come from a place of, I'm so disappointed. I was expecting more. Personally, I feel like try and keep emotions out of negotiations. We bring our best, a little bit more clarity and a bit more objectivity when we keep emotions out of it. This is what I would do. But let me know if you have any other comments about it on being disappointed in terms of salary increase, etc. Let me know what you think. Hey Praveen, find out why from peers. Okay, yeah, speak with peers as well. Have they also received similar increases? If you have peers that you can trust, right? So that's a good point. So hopefully this helps the person who has asked this question. Thank you for asking. Let's get into a couple of other questions that I have. Hi guys, thank you for joining. Appreciate you being here. Amazing. All right, cool. Hey Padmini, you too. Thank you. Is Naukri Premium worth it? Shromon. I don't know, Shromon. Honestly, it's the same question that is LinkedIn Premium worth it. You want to be able to do your homework and figure out the pros and cons. Any Google search will tell you that. But I know that a lot of the good features, for example, on LinkedIn, you get them for free. You don't have to spend a cent. So Naukri particularly is for those outside India, is a website which is jobs based in like India specific, tends to be India specific, but it's something that you want to do your homework on. And the best thing you can do is you can always take the 1 month, usually these things have a 15 days or a 1 month free trial, and then see the features. Do you use those features or not? If you don't use them, then it's not worth taking the paid program. Those trial periods are very good. They give you a very good point of view if whether it's worth it as well. Thank you guys for being here. Hey Ankit, how you doing? All right, so there's a question here from Abhinav. How do you tackle the question, how many years of experience do you have in a particular technology? So that's a good question, Abhinav. People want to know, this is the question they ask. What they actually want to know is how independently can you do the job? So the more honest you are, the better it is. You don't have to sugarcoat it, right? What I would do is just explain it in months or years, how much experience you have with the technology. And if you think you don't have enough experience and this question is coming up and it makes you a little bit uncomfortable, you can explain the breadth of experience and also explain the depth of experience. So what that means is maybe you've used that technology in other industries. That's breadth of experience. Or it could be that you've done that technology so well, you've done it over multiple years. So so deeper, much deeper than others have done. Maybe others have done it more broadly. So you want to be able to showcase one or the other. Showcase the one which makes you look good. That's what I would do. All right, good luck. Okie doke. Hey Nitesh, why don't companies fulfill their promises to their employees, whether they are interns? Nitesh, it's not true for all companies, right? Some don't. Yes, you're right. That's a terrible thing. If they don't, that's the sort of, unfortunately, those values that are practiced in those companies. Some do. Not all companies are bad. Just like not all candidates are good. Let's not paint in broad, what is it called? Let's not brush in broad strokes. There's nuances, there's gray. So yeah, and the ones that don't, it comes from those values, those ethics. That's what it is. I can't comment more on it. Training courses are good in LinkedIn. LinkedIn user, I completely agree with you. If you have the time, then you take advantage of the free trial. LinkedIn courses are good. You want to be very picky because there's 10,000 courses out there on LinkedIn, so it's quite overwhelming. And the best way to do it is do it in carve out time to do it, right? Over a weekend or something like that, where you've got no other distractions going on. That would be a great way to do it. That's how I would approach it. It's 100% worth it. And with that, you also get access to LinkedIn Premium, which is, you can see who's viewed your profile, you can send emails, all of that good stuff. But just to do profiles and just to do emails, I'm personally not sure LinkedIn Premium is worth it, because in my experience, I haven't used it. And I've done very well without it. So, all right. Okay, let's see. I'm going to answer a couple more questions. This is a longish one. Anuradha, let's go. I started to restructure HR policies even before I'm promoted from a recruiter to HR manager with a hike. Should I ask the management for a revision or promotion right away and wait for them? Okay. Anuradha, maybe if you're joining us live, like right now, do catch the replay, because I talked about promotions, etc. But like I said earlier, like you wanna reverse engineer it, right? You want to show all the good stuff you've done, and also what are the skills needed for the next level, which I'm guessing is HR manager. You want to show your manager that you're interested and you're ambitious. You want to be able to do that and show that, so that when the time comes, typically in companies there is a certain season which is related to promotions and all of that stuff. So that's what you want to do. You don't want to be surprised. They don't want to be surprised either. And one quick tip as well here is you want to have a very close relationship with your boss's boss, because sometimes the boss is not enough, but you want to have always want to be in the good books of your boss's boss, because when the time comes to make decisions, you never know how it moves around, right? And so I think hopefully that helps. Hopefully that answers you, Anuradha. Good luck. All right. How do you make your resume that HR will call you for an interview? So Meghna, check out my YouTube channel. I have a whole playlist on resumes. It's not specific for HR, because that principles of how to make a good resume applies to all functions. You'll be able to get a lot out of that. So it's a big question, but I have a whole playlist. This is the reason I have a whole playlist. It's free, so take advantage of that. All right. Good luck. Hey Vishal. I want to know how to understand the interviewer insight and thinking when results are announced. Okay, pretty confusing. I agree. It can feel very mysterious, right? So, Vishal, what I want you to do is one of the first. What I want you to do is I want you to go to my website, superchargeyourself.com, and check out the free stuff. You'll find it on the website, and there is a downloadable PDF which is going to help you to understand how to get into the mind of the interviewer. What are they looking for? Why are you not able to meet those requirements? There's a 7-step process that's going to help you out. There's a free downloadable PDF. Please take it. And there is a video with it as well on YouTube, and you'll get all of that. If you subscribe to my email list on my website, superchargeyourself.com, you'll get all the information, and I'm sure it'll be less frustrating for you as well. So good luck. Hey Padmini, why does an internship not considered as experience? However, do everything in terms of you know what? There are 2 ways to answer this question. There is the pragmatic way, and there is the idealist way. Okay, in the ideal scenario, it should be counted as experience because you do a lot of work. Typically interns are required for a certain project, and light work or work specifically for a topic in that project and no more. But every company is different. There are companies that want you to do everything, right? So you get a lot of exposure. So the pragmatic way of answering this is basically, some companies are cynical about that because they think, maybe internship means you brought in tea or coffee for this person, or you did like printing, Xerox. It's not true. It's not true, right? So it's a very debatable point. So I don't want to get into what should be the case because I'm not here to make that type of change. I'm here to basically focus on what you can do, what you can control. So you want to showcase very, very realistic results that you were able to accomplish in your internship, and you want to share them on your resume. And when you talk in interviews, you need to be talking with confidence and explain that that internship has made you smarter, you've understood work, you understood how things happen, and all of that. They should be able to see that. So you can control that. You can control how you show up. You can't control how a company values your internship or not. And let me tell you, the companies that think you've done a great job, you want to be with those companies. You don't want to be there changing people's mind. It's just, according to me, I'm a bit cynical about those things. I don't want to change people. I want to work with people that are already in that same, they share that same vision. They want to get stuff done. They want to have fun. They want to enjoy themselves at work. They want to challenge themselves. All of that. Make sense? All right. Good luck. I wish you the best. Okay, seems I'm missing quite a few. I'm going to go quickly. If negotiating a better pay grade, I show extra value. Anything else I can add? Yes, Aarti, there's a lot you can do for negotiation to get to a better grade within, check out the YouTube playlist I have on negotiation. It's not just negotiation for within for a new job in another company, but those principles also apply to within the company as well. And you want to start early. You don't want to start like, I need this, I want this to happen next month. You don't want to give timelines, etc. But 100% please check it out. It's free. It's my playlist on Negotiate. It's called Negotiate Like a Pro on my YouTube channel. You'll get a lot out of it. Hey Lalita, sometimes we're paid less as compared to the market because since the beginning, you're paid less and then it takes a while to catch up, right? 100%, I agree. So we talked about this so many times, and you want to be able to catch up, right? You want to be able to reach that benchmark where you are at the same level. And yes, I know, and a lot of people are cynical about it, but I don't think that the solution is to jump every year or every 2 years because that's how people get increases. I'm not a fan of that, right? Just chasing the money only. It's different if you go because you want to learn new skills or you had a bad boss or whatever, but only chasing money, according to me, I don't know. I'm not a fan of that. But how do you do that? Check out the YouTube channel. That when you do jump to another role, that you are catching up because you know what market is, and then you can use those principles that I have on my channel. And I also have if you want to go deeper on this, I also have, it's not a freebie, but it's on my website. If you go to superchargeyourself.com/negotiation script, I have scripts on what you can do to ask for more money. And when they say, sorry, we don't have the budget, how do you respond? It's all there. Check that out on my website, superchargeyourself.com/negotiation script. I wish you lots and lots of luck with that. All right. Hey Akshay, how do you choose the right company? Yeah, isn't that this is the $1 million question, isn't it? So Akshay, I have done a video where literally the thumbnail of that video is, I have job A and I have job B. Which one should I select? Which company should I select? And I have 7 or 8 principles that I have listed down for you. I've put all the hard work for you. So you just go to there, 7 or 8, and make a list and see which one is better for you in the long term. And put, like you can also just score it, like a simple scorecard on a sheet of paper and a pen. And do that because different things matter to different people. For some people, it's all about money. For some people, it's more about flexibility. For some people, it's all about the challenge, the title, the location. So can't say only look at this or only look at that. Or, for some people, it's about a brand. I want to be with a brand so I can apply to X business school because it's recognized, right? So all of those criteria are listed down, and I'm sure it's going to help you, Akshay. Good luck. Hey, Anuradha, you're very welcome. All right, Pavan, I am a deputy manager on a very low salary. In the interviews, everyone says they're unable to hire. Okay, yeah, check out the um, check out the playlist, Pavan. I'm just repeating. I'm sounding like a broken record. Check out the playlist because you know what the value is for the work that you do. You don't have to focus only on the fact that you're low paid. Focus on the value you bring, and the video has 10 tips and tricks and strategies that you can actually use to showcase that. Don't worry about where you are right now. It ideally should be focused on what the work, the role is worth, right? Not what you are worth, but where you are today. Unfortunately, the world we live in, this is where they start. They use your salary as a benchmark. And I wish they didn't do that, but the way it is today, they do that. So check out the video, and the document that I was talking about is also listed in the video in the show notes, in the description box, on how to negotiate a higher salary. I'm going to be pumping out a lot more videos on salary negotiation because I see this is a very hot topic and people can't get enough of it. So I'm sure it's going to help you as well. Hey, Sherry. How long do you have to work somewhere with someone to use them as a reference? It totally depends, Sherry. Sometimes you can get very deep work done with someone and you worked very closely on a project where you were together day in and day out. So 6 months is like 6 years. And sometimes it's years. So it totally depends on the quality. I wouldn't focus so much on quantity. I have worked with a manager once for 4 months and I used him as a reference. 4 months? 4 months. Yeah. So can't say. It depends on, like I said, how much you did together. So good luck. Hey, Ruby, how do you approach a business owner to discuss creating a new position that you believe you're well qualified for? Excellent question, Ruby. So you want to you want to see the strategy. You want to focus on the business and just go like that, like a funnel. And look at the business from a strategy point of view. Where is it heading? What is the vision in the next 5 to 10 years? And then backwards, see where is your role today? Where is your manager's role today? And showcase if you see a gap in terms of this role is missing. This is a role that could make a huge difference. By the way, I'm interested in that role. It's not something you bring up in one meeting and you forget about it. You got to plant the seed, put in a lot of work, and then pitch yourself to some extent, right? And you're already qualified for it, so you don't have to sell too much. It should come because they should be able to see it as well. But perception management is so important here. You want to be like in the right places at the right time, being seen by the right people. So when the time comes and you bring up this idea, they're like, Ruby, have you heard of Ruby Corpus? Yeah, Ruby Corpus Jones. Yes, RCJ. Yeah, we were talking about her the other day. Oh, she did a fantastic work in that project. She did this gold star performance, etc., etc. What do you think of? It needs to come like that. It needs to flow naturally. But the work that you put in on a regular basis, consistency, far outweighs just the qualification of it, right? So hopefully that will help you as well. All right, Puneet, I have an interview. In the end, you had an interview. Do you have interviews with other companies? That's a good question. I don't know why some people don't like being asked. I think it's a great question. I like being asked, and I'm like, yes, I'm speaking with another company tomorrow. I don't know. It's a personal preference, Puneet. I like to show. I'm not going to lie. If I don't have, I don't have. But if I have, I don't know. I think it's human nature to want something that is already wanted by someone else. Personal preference. If you don't like it, don't do it. All right. Is it a good idea? By the way, one of the reasons they ask you is because they also want to know if they need to speed up the process. Because if they've done all this hard work and then you go somewhere else, it's a waste of their time. Make sense? Hey, Karthikeyan, is it a good idea to provide a range when asked for salary expectations? So Karthikeyan, check out my YouTube video on this very topic. Go to my channel, and the title of the video is "What are your salary expectations?" And I have scripts in there that you can answer as well. Hey Ashish, good to see you. Hey Pawan. All right, I think I answered this as well. Okay. Hey Shekhar, I got a job in Czech Republic, but the hiring manager said till September end they are unable to give me the offer due to various business reasons. I would say wait it out, but don't. I mean, if you're already working somewhere, just stay there. There's, lots of promises, but there's many a slip between the cup and the lip. My dad says that. So if you have nothing else in hand, then, you know, pursue other opportunities. But don't sign anything yet. And if you will also have a very good instinct if whether they are actually serious or if they're buying time, right? Because they will realize by doing, by postponing an offer by a month to 2 months, they will lose good people. So it's see it from both point of view. Yeah, Akshay. So check out that video. You'll get a lot out of it. Good luck. Hey Tushar, I'm not learning as much in my current role. That's a problem, Tushar. Ask for help. Ask for your manager to see if what else you can do, which can be a bit more challenging, because that's a big problem. If you're not learning anything, it slowly starts resulting in alienation at work. There's a lot of chatter on LinkedIn currently on quiet quitting, and it is not a new concept. I don't understand why we're making a big thing out of it. When we stop feeling challenged and we stop enjoying ourselves at work, there's a process called alienation. Karl Marx wrote about it hundreds of years ago, so it's nothing new. What this results in is you're gonna start feeling less engaged, less interested, and when the time comes, you'll be the first one to put your hand up for an opportunity outside. If you like the company and you like the people you work with, this is still not too late to mend it, right? So good luck with that. Hey Anil, how do you ask questions anonymously? Anil, I get DMs, I get DMs, I see messages on YouTube, or you can send me an email. Everything is there on my website. So, all right. I'm gonna get going now because I have to go somewhere. I'm going to take maybe a couple of other questions because I'm going to also try not to repeat some people, so I give an opportunity to others as well. Hey, unfortunately, I changed my job twice in 8 months. The last job I had to leave due to a dull culture of the management. I tried to convince my boss. Yeah, that's hard, Ayan. You want to be truthful, right? And you also want to leave. You also want to join very carefully. I don't know. We talk about leaving a lot, but please take your time before joining another company. When you get certain red flags, when you see someone, your antenna going up, there's a reason for it. Take your time. And same with leaving. And don't cook up stories. If you see that there was a misalignment or a mismatch in culture, just say that, right? Yes, it's a red flag, but it's temporary. So can't, say again about that. You're welcome, Ruby, and Lalita, you're very welcome. Hey, Padmini. Companies aren't necessarily hiring, fresh grads. You can't say this for all, right? We have certain experience with certain companies, but it's not true for everybody. How can a fresh grad get the opportunity? Check out my YouTube video. I've done a whole YouTube video. In fact, even on, people are like, how dare you negotiate your salary? You don't even have experience. And I'm like, I totally disagree. I negotiated my first salary. I had zero experience, but I tried to showcase my transferable skills and how I'm better than others, even though I have no formal work experience. So check that out as well. It's on my YouTube channel. It's possible, 100% possible. It's a very long question. I guess it wasn't, it didn't let you complete it. Hey Sherry. Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you so much for letting me know. Hey Abhinav, I see your question. I'm going to answer you very quickly. Check out the YouTube video where I asked about, where I literally have this, what are your salary expectations? I have all detailed scripts in there. In the interest of time, I'm going to let you watch that. You'll get a lot out of it. Hey Colleen, what are your options regarding references when your next potential job is at a much higher intellectual level than your current supervisor's knowledge in your current job? Okay, you wanna let your references know that some people will be contacting them. But before you let your references know, you want to pull back a little bit and just think, why are you letting this particular reference know? Why have you chosen? So choose references with whom you did intellectually challenging work, not simplistic work. You want to be very strategic and very intentional in your choice of references, and let them know that the role is something you're super excited about. And this is where you can use the skills that you learned with this particular reference and take it to the next level. So that's what I would do. Not more, not less. I wouldn't overthink it. But if you know you're qualified for the role, you know you can do it. I don't want you to focus too much on the fact that it's at a higher intellectual level. I think it's at the right level. I don't know you, I don't know your scenario, but that's what my cheeky little response. Okay? I think you got this. Good luck. Hey Aryani, how can I ask my manager for a weekend off? Aryani, you simply ask, I'd love a weekend off. Are you saying that you don't work you work every weekend? I mean, just ask, right? If there is a culture of fear or something like that, think about, are you in the right company? But literally, you voice those words, you repeat, you look at me, look at the shape of my mouth. I'd love to have the weekend off. Ask, just ask. Plan it ahead, obviously. But this question is worrying me a little bit. Is that an unusual thing for you? No, you don't have to answer me. But anyway. Hey, if HR asks, okay, I answered this one already, so definitely check out like every weekend off. You'd like a change in the schedule. Okay, show it to them how it's beneficial to them. It's beneficial to you and beneficial to them. Make a case for it. Hey, Mati, if I have an offer, can I say to the other interviewer, yeah, sure, you can. I wouldn't hide it, right? You're not threatening them. Speak nicely, speak politely. I want to change my position. The notice period is 3 months. I get this question a lot, and I get this a lot from India. I mean, in Europe also, the notice period is 3 months, and everybody wants to leave. Listen, do not underestimate how you exit a company. It says a lot about you. It says a lot about your character. If you leave in a hurry because the other people want you quickly, remember the other people are also watching you, because they may think you'll do the same thing to them. Please leave on a clean note. Don't burn bridges. Negotiate with your company about the notice period. And by the way, please also negotiate at the start of the company about things like notice period. There's nothing wrong with it. Companies are greedy. They want to keep you as long as possible, right? They're not very reasonable. They're only thinking from their point of view, but also see it from your point of view. You got to negotiate. There is no other way to do it. Hey Manjula, after receiving the offer letter, 2 months, the negotiation based on the appraisal of the current, is it a good decision? Please suggest. After 2 months of receiving the offer letter, I negotiated based on the appraisal of the current company. Was it a good decision? I can't say, Manjula. I'm so sorry. I'm not able to follow this. It doesn't matter. What's done is done. What's done is done. If you negotiated, you negotiated. Just be accountable to yourself that it's done. If there are things you could have done better, maybe not. I can't say. But don't worry about it. I don't know. Sorry, in the interest of time, I'm only gonna be keeping this short. Hey Christine, how you doing? All right. So these are questions I've answered already. I hope this has been helpful. We got into like 33 minutes of questions and answers. Join me next Friday. I'm going to be speaking with a recruiter, a headhunter, and it's going to be back to those sessions. I'm going to be back in Brussels, in the Brussels time zone. I'm going to have an amazing headhunter, and he's been with me before as well, Arpad Sazgal. Sorry, my brain is a bit foggy. At this time next Friday. So we're going to be talking about experience, all of the good stuff. So take advantage, listen to him, get information directly from the horse's mouth. I'm sure it's going to be helpful to you. Thank you so much for being here, for joining me live. I shall see you at the same time next Friday. Bye. Have a good Friday and a good weekend.